People.
I need people. It's Car Con Carne. Here I am. I'm James Van Ostel. Car Con Carne has some thanks to offer. We begin by thanking C&H Financial Services. C&H offers a variety of products ranging from traditional merchant accounts to a zero-cost payment processing solution, which eliminates expenses tied to accepting credit cards. C&H also offers cost-effective commercial lending programs, which can help you get your business the money it needs to make it through these unprecedented times. To learn more, and you should, contact C&H Financial Services at 855-600-2437 or go to chfs.us. I also want to thank Happy to Meet You. Happy to Meet You. They deliver restaurant quality meat right to your home in the Chicago area, city, suburbs, no worries. I just had this filet delivered, and my chef's son, my 18-year-old, cooked it beautifully. Look at that. These meats that Happy to Meet You delivers are as good as what you get in a restaurant, and we're all cooking at home. There's no excuse. We're all making food at home. It's about time we eat something good at home. Forget the ramen, forget the cheap grocery meat. This is the kind of stuff that the big steakhouses get. Happy to Meet You. If you use my promo code this week, free local delivery. My promo code, very simple, JVO, happytomeetyou.com. The U is the letter U, not YOU. Happy to meet you.com. Their mission, their vision, to deliver delicious premium meat affordably at the local level and guarantee freshness and overall satisfaction. Now, if you want to talk about guaranteeing freshness and overall satisfaction, I present to you Drew Neely, local musician. Hello, Drew.
What is happening?
I'm going to be completely rude to you.
Okay.
But good to myself, and I'm going to eat this filet.
For real?
Right in front of you. I'm sorry, dude.
Do you have any sides you can pass, or?
No. Is this considered keto if I just eat meat?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Holy God.
It's better than it looks, even, isn't it?
It's sweet. It's buttery. Wow. Oh my God.
I'm trying to hide my anger.
Well, here's the solution, Drew. Promo code JVO.
Yep.
Have it delivered to that handsome studio you're in.
Well, sure. Yeah. Do they deliver this far south?
I think 60 miles.
Okay.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
Pretty close. I'll try it.
And that's just for, pay the
If
delivery.
not, I'll tell them you said it was okay.
That'll move mountains for you. No problem. So, Drew Neely, one of the reasons I want to have you on, really the main reason I want to have you on, I think you're a terrific songwriter.
Thank you. Appreciate
Local
that.
guy. I have really fallen in love with what you've been doing for the past several months. You've been doing monthly song releases. You've been flooding content into our lives. You've been flooding content into our lives before we knew how badly we needed content flooding into our lives in the pandemic. Specifically, every month, a new power pop song about a girl.
It's true. Yes. It didn't start out that way. In fact, when I had the conversation with the band of like, hey, I don't want to do an album. Let's put out a song every month. And they were like, you're joking, right? Because it's a lot of work. And we had only had, 4, maybe 5 songs written and then pieces of songs. I'm like, well, this will give us kind of a head start, a leeway before it comes time to, song 6, song 7, so forth. And some of them got a little, down to the wire. But, personally, I work best with deadlines. Otherwise, I'm a musician. I'm in my playland, playing in the sandbox. Just, hey, what does this do? What does this sound like? And nothing ever gets done. So setting a definitive timeline and a deadline for something, it kind of forces you to make decisions and then move on.
Well, and also we're in this a la carte consumption culture where
1000%.
The art of the album isn't necessarily as important because that's not the way people consume music anymore.
Unless you're a huge artist, who's going to buy your record, right? So the consistent content and trying to build a following that way, as opposed to, come see our band. We're going on the road. We're going on tour because, I didn't know it at the time when we started doing this in October, but live shows came to a screeching halt. And this is what we do now.
This is, and you're doing such a fine job with it.
Appreciate that.
Some of the songs about girls that we've heard so far. Have I played all of these on Demo 312?
I think you have. We did one for Valentine's Day, a song called Val, which is available only on our Bandcamp page. But I think all of the other ones you have.
Wait, you held that one back from me? How dare you, Drew Neely?
I know, I'm sorry.
How dare you? So
got to generate revenue somehow. Send everybody to Bandcamp.
So there's Lacey, there's April, there's Harper,
Yes.
there's Val, there's Lori, there's Jen, there's Kristen, there's Jamie. In
Mhm.
history, in the world of alternative music, there's precedent for songs about girls. I think about that great Nails song. Was it 88 lines about 44 women?
Okay.
Um, and then, oh God, was Louis the 14th? I can't think of the name. Just rattling off a bunch of girls. This is a lot more wholesome. Your approach is a lot more wholesome than the two songs I
Yes. Well,
referenced.
I'm obsessed with 60s pop music, and going back
Clearly.
through go oh, you've heard. Going back through those songs, you're talking like Barbara Ann and
Mhm.
Eleanor Rigby, and the list goes on and on. And it's just kind of like, just to do something classic like that, of just like, here's a fairly decent song that it's about 3 minutes, it's kind of catchy, and hopefully you like it.
And can we just stop to pause and appreciate just how good you sound? You are one of the best sounding podcast guests we've had so far
I
in
appreciate that.
2020.
I
'Cause
do
you're
a
in a,
bit of podcasting myself. We do a podcast about every single that we put out. So we
which
go
I love. It's
into
like a director's commentary.
where this kind of came from, kind of throwing it around, how the band fights, trying to get this song done by deadlines and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah.
And the band Drew Neely and the
Yes.
Heroes,
Mm-hmm.
and they are heroic.
They are heroic. Yes. Well, for years it's been a revolving door of band members, and I wanted to kind of have a blanket kind of statement. And Heroes goes back to the idea of, I'm kind of a sponge. Everybody I meet, every place I go, I'm absorbing all this information, whether it's good or bad, right? Oh, I want some of that. I don't want any of that. You know what I mean? And you just kind of use that, and that's all I am. I'm just recycled ideas that I heard and learned from somebody else. We are, though, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just kind of
Absolutely.
like, okay, so I'm taking a little bit of all these people who have helped shape me and kind of, I don't know, paying it back to them in some sort of way in terms of, the heroes. So it's not just necessarily the guys in my band, it's, guys I played with 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's my older brother. It's, whatever, it's just kind of what shaped where I'm at now.
Well,
So,
what I love when I listen to you, there's such a Midwestern feel. Besides, paying tribute to Barbara Ann and that stuff from the '60s. I mean, power pop is such a Midwestern steeped, honored style of music, and
yes.
This feels distinctly Midwestern to me.
Right. Well, when I discovered, I was probably in my teens when I discovered Cheap Trick. I mean, that really changed everything for me. It was like, oh, okay. All right. Those melodies that I loved as a little kid, listening to the 45s, those were back, but with big guitars. And I was like, all right, I can sink my teeth into this for a long time. So,
And that begs the question: favorite Cheap Trick song?
oh my goodness. Seriously?
Sorry.
Yeah, you got to warn me on these.
Well, no, that makes a bad interview.
That's true. Yeah, you're just gonna put me on the spot.
Here, I'll start.
Okay.
So good to see you. Off in color.
Okay. We used to do this as an encore. If you want my love, you've got it.
Oh yeah, big single for them.
That is just like, man. Yeah, he starts that, and Robin Zander is just, yeah.
The astonishing thing about Robin Zander, his voice still holds up. Like you listen to some of those heroes from back in the day, not Drew, not your band heroes, those like classic rock heroes, and voices age. They become more weathered over time. You listen to Robert Plant,
doesn't.
and
he's not human. Yeah.
he is not. No, Robin Zander is clearly inhuman, if not a robot. So, all right. So you've got these songs. How long does this go? Are you going to wrap up next month?
Next month we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah. So, and then we talked about taking a break, but I'm so busy with other projects here in the studio. I own Thrifty Records, so a lot of my friends' bands, the guys in the band, have their own projects that we work on. Everything else. So, I kind of need to.
The studio's off the tracks.
Off the tracks recording. Yep. And it's just a matter of trying to schedule it. We were talking before we went on air about having people. Well, I don't have people either. So it's, cleaning the windows and sweeping the floors and, trying to schedule things and do all that. And it gets a little overwhelming. And, now we got more remote learning for the kids and, it takes its toll.
It's crazy. My son started college today from the living room.
Yeah.
freshman year of college.
Congratulations,
my daughter started high school
college.
from the other room. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
welcome to 2020. But based on what you just said, you're keeping busy, which, my God, that's all a musician can hope for right now, right? I mean, that's good news.
1000%. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, people ask me, it's like, how long you been doing this? And it's like, well, longer than I care to admit. But I think the ability to kind of just go with the flow and change as need be, because when I started doing this, the first things I was recording on was a cassette based 4-track,
Awesome.
and we had to take it back because the headphone jack started smoking. Literally the first demo we were ever doing, it was smoking, and I was like, this thing catches on fire, man. This is going to be terrible. But and now everything is computers. There's nothing tangible anymore. You're not burning the CDs, you're not taking it to your car. It's literally Dropboxing files back and forth, or Google Drive, or whatever.
Although I got to be honest, I have like fever dreams trying to work the type of console you have behind you. Like, I get stressed out looking at.
It's not bad.
All those pots and wires, and
it's not bad. Kids ask me, especially my kids, what do they do? I'm like, everything's a volume. They're like, oh, okay. I mean,
simply enough.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you've been circulating. You've been in circulation here in Chicago for a little bit,
right?
You've seen highs and lows in the scene. You've seen highs and lows in people. Tell me about your relationship with the Chicago music scene, and tell me where you think it's been and where you think it's going.
It's been interesting to watch over the years. I'm not one of the cool kids. I'm much more of a subdued, keep to myself. This is my world. I'm not one of the, hanging out at House of Blues all the time and getting all the free drinks just because, I am who I am.
Do that?
People can. I'm definitely not one of them, but yeah, I mean, I just kind of, for me, it was never about, well, I want to set this goal. I want to achieve this. I want to be here. I want, this amount of album sales or whatever. For me, it's always been about the creation of the music. That's where I'm lost. When you start putting chord progressions together, and then the excitement in the room builds, and the George on the drums gets pumped up, and then the guitar players, Dominic and Tony, start getting amped up, and get me there all day, every day. The rest of it is just cake.
And you should mention all the heroes, because I
should.
I've seen them on social media. They'll be upset if you don't mention them all.
They would be very upset. Yes. Yeah. George Georgakopoulos, that is his real name, on drums. And then Tony Tenorelli on guitar, Dominic Doria on guitar, and I've been playing bass live. But I also do all kinds of other stuff here in the studio.
Most important of all, you have a sandwich named after you?
I do have a sandwich named after me. Yes.
Where is this?
It is at Primo's Ice Cream in beautiful Oak Lawn, Illinois.
It is a bucolic suburb. What's on it? Like what makes it?
Hold on. Here it comes.
Got the menu?
I had nothing to do with it, but that's not good or bad, I'd say. George's family has owned Primo's Ice Cream for generations. Okay. So they have you ready?
George Georgakopoulos, yes.
Drew Neely and the Euro Hero.
Oh, that's great.
Right? Oh, and I'm going to use their description. Succulent Euro meat, sautéed with onions and peppers, topped with melted cheese and a roasted pepper and feta sauce on garlic butter toasted hero roll.
Ooh, on the hero roll. That's
ridiculous.
See, the only question mark I have there is the cheese, but it works.
It works, yeah. Mm-hmm. Last time I was there, I walked up the window and I said, "Can I have a me sandwich?"
That's fantastic. Sherry just checked in on the live feed and said, "No way!" All caps. I used to go to Primo's as a kid. To which we say, "Sherry, go there as an adult and have a."
Go there as an adult.
Yes.
He's
delicious.
Do it. Nice.
So you're also on TikTok too, right?
Yes. We talked a little bit about this. So our songs are on TikTok. You can pick music playing in the background of your little TikTok videos, right? Mm-hmm. Well, evidently, and of course, unbeknownst to me until recently, when I started getting all these notifications of people using our song, there's a thing on TikTok where go on there and find your name in a song. Well, hello, that's what I do, right? So all these people are posting all these videos, and we've had people hitting us up from England, from Sweden, from all over the planet, just like, "Hey, I like your song, my name's in it." It's like, cool, thanks. Tell your friends.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, had, no idea that was
It's
going to
doing the
become a
marketing work
trend.
for you.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's awesome.
See, I feel like the second I got gray hair in my beard, I couldn't download TikTok, like it was forbidden.
Hey, I do it.
like my phone would reject it for some
Like,
reason.
nope. You do the facial recognition. It's
Yeah.
like, nope.
Sorry, old man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the way to go now. TikTok, man. If it's good enough for Gary V, it's good enough for me.
Do I have to dance?
No.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Although now I want to see you dance.
You do not.
Now I got to write a song called James, don't I?
You do. Yeah, you do 12 months of dudes' names. You can watch me eat this delicious filet from Happy to Meet You, but you can't watch me dance.
Okay, that's fair.
So before we wrap up, I've seen different permutations of this line. It cracked me up when I saw it on your social media. We were playing venues at 20% capacity before it was cool.
Yes. Well, and here was the catch-22 with playing live is as you get older, your friends don't go out anymore. My friends don't go to the city on Thursday nights to see me play at 11:45. It just doesn't happen, right? But the name, I've been around long enough that it's like, oh yeah, no, he's awesome. Yeah, we'll make him headline a Thursday. And then, there's 12 people there and it's like, yeah. So that's kind of what kicked off the whole, let's just put out more music aspect of it. Because
I think it makes sense.
It's way easier for me.
Before our current dystopia hit, I did have a fantasy in my head of a day where shows would end by 10:30 and there would only be one opening band.
Yes.
Because you realize once you get to an advanced age, Drew, not saying that I am, but 3 opening bands, headliner at 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't. I want to. I can't.
Mm-hmm. Well, the problem with that is if you're the headliner, you got to be there at 4:00 for sound check.
Right.
And then we don't play till 12:30. Like what? I could go work another job and come back and play my set. I mean, like
I'm going to go drive a Lyft for a few hours, make a couple bucks to afford our bar tab, and then I'll be back.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So the question I ask every independent artist during this pandemic, and I should ask regardless, how can we support you during this time?
Bandcamp has been amazing through all this with their no fee Fridays or whatever. They're doing another
next one's right a week
this
from
week.
Friday.
Yes,
a week from Friday, right? I think it's September 4th.
Is it?
I think it is a week from Friday.
Okay, maybe it's a week from. I'll trust you.
Okay,
but either way, go to our Bandcamp page or any Bandcamp page of artists that you like, you support, whatever. Just tell your friends. It's super easy. We post something silly or whatever. Just click share. Just share it. Just share it. Just share it. I think that's the easiest way.
Yeah, and I would say if you like a song and you want to share it on social media, don't grab a YouTube link. Grab the Bandcamp link.
Right.
If the band's on Bandcamp, you can share the song.
Yep.
And that hopefully will get someone interested to click through and discover the rest of the band's music, which isn't always a given on YouTube. And I agree. Yep. I've spent, in fact, I've got a David Singer record right behind me that was a Bandcamp purchase. I love this is such an easy and it's a fun way to support local bands. I love getting records and merch and knowing that on these special days all the fees go directly to the bands. It's awesome. So
it's fantastic. And I mean the streaming platforms are awesome because it gets the name out there. TikTok's fantastic for that. We make way more money off Bandcamp. Sure. I mean the numbers aren't even close. So, I mean, if you really want to be able to, help out an artist, go to their Bandcamp.
There it is. And if you listening or watching, like straight ahead, no bullshit, the real thing, power pop music made right here, forged right in the Midwest, Drew Neely and the Heroes. If you like songs about girls, my God, it's kind of like I remember as a kid, Drew, going on road trips through Indiana with my parents, and we'd always stop at like a Stuckey's or a Waffle House, and you'd see the little license plates or keychains with all the kids' names on them, and you look for your name. That's like your song catalog. It's like
totally it. Yeah, that's what our set list looks like.
That's awesome.
It's just keychains.
All right. I want to thank everyone who's been watching on social media and after the fact, watching on YouTube and listening on carconcarne.com and all podcast platforms. I am going to stop the social media feed, which means you on social media are going to miss me finishing off this delicious filet. But get your own. Use promo code JVO. Happy to meet you.com. Thank you for watching on social.